Well, let's talk about the incredible journey of one of our oldest institutions, the library. Now, this isn't some dusty old story. It's actually a story that starts way before the internet, but has everything to do with the challenges we all face online every single day.
You know that feeling, right? You type a simple question into a search engine and bam! You're hit with an avalanche of results. The problem isn't a lack of information, it's an overload. It's just a wall of noise.
And here's the wild part. This very modern problem of trying to find the signal in the noise is the exact challenge libraries started working on more than a century ago. They weren't just storing books. They were basically building the world's first expert systems for navigating knowledge. So how did this all kick off? Well, it started with a really revolutionary idea for the time that librarians should do more than just, manage a collection. They should be there to actively help people use it. Now, this shift didn't happen overnight. It really got started back in 1876 when a guy named Samuel S. Green proposed this pretty radical idea of personal relations between library staff and its readers. Just a few years later, in 1883, the Boston Public Library made it official and created the very first full-time reference position. And by 1930, this whole philosophy was being turned into a formal system over in India by the legendary librarian S.R. Ranganathan.
And Ranganathan's words here just perfectly capture this new mission. It wasn't just about having the book. It was about making that perfect connection between a person, their specific question, and the right answer, all done with a personal touch.
This new philosophy got a name, reference service. And it's exactly what we think of when we picture a library, that friendly face at the desk who's ready to help you find whatever you're looking for.
But then, the world changed. The very nature of information created a brand new challenge. And that on-demand model, it wasn't going to be enough to solve it alone. In the 20th century, there was just this unbelievable explosion of knowledge, especially from all the new research and development in science and tech. All of a sudden, for experts, the problem wasn't finding an answer, it was trying to keep up with the thousands of new answers being published all the time.
This information overload created a really important split, and it led to two totally different philosophies. So on the left, you've got the traditional reference service. It's reactive, it's passive, it waits for you to ask, and its focus is on finding you the right document. But on the right, this new idea popped up, information service, and this is proactive. It's active, it works in anticipation of your needs, and its goal is to deliver the actual information itself, maybe even before you realize you need it. Let's dig into what each of these looks like.
Okay, first, let's look at that classic responsive service. This is the library as a helpful expert, basically on call and ready to react to whatever you need. So let's say you walk up to the reference desk with a simple, factual question like this one. You need a specific answer, and you need it pretty quickly.
The librarian knows exactly where to look. They'll grab a gazetteer or an atlas, and boom, they'll give you the answer in minutes. This is called ready reference. It's fast, it's efficient, and it directly answers your question.
Of course, today, that reference desk isn't always a physical desk. It is absolutely moved online. And the internet, wow, it brought some incredible new powers to this model. Information is way more up to date, it's got multimedia, you can get to it from anywhere, anytime, and it's interactive. On the surface, it really seemed like the perfect reference tool.
But as we all know too well, it comes with some major pitfalls. There's no quality control, websites can change or just vanish overnight, the best information is often stuck behind a paywall, and this is the big one, the entire burden of figuring out what's true and what's not falls completely on you.
The library's answer to this mess is virtual reference, and it's brilliant, really. It combines the best of both worlds. You get all the convenience of the internet, but you also get the expertise of a real, trained librarian helping you out through chat, email, or even by browsing a website together with you.
Okay, so that was the reactive side. Now let's flip the coin and look at the other side, the proactive services that don't even wait for you to ask a question. This is the library as your anticipatory partner.
In the early days, this looked like something called a current awareness list. So imagine a library scanning all the new scientific journals, then creating a custom bulletin of only the latest articles about, say, chemistry, and sending it out to keep an entire lab up to date. It was basically a human-powered notification system.
But that concept evolved into something way more powerful: selective dissemination of information, or SDI. This wasn't just about a broad field anymore. This was a truly personalized service. A library would build a detailed profile of your very specific niche interests, and then automatically filter all the new information coming in, sending only what was hyper-relevant directly to you.
Here is a fantastic way to think about the difference. Responsive service? It's like a detective you hire to solve a specific case. You bring them the problem, and they go solve it. But anticipatory service? That's like having your own personal intelligence agency, giving you daily briefings on just the topics you care about, keeping you way ahead of the curve.
So, what does this whole evolution mean for us today? Well, it means the library isn't just one thing anymore.
The modern library plays both of these roles just about perfectly. It's still that responsive expert, ready to help you find the answer to any question you might have. But it's also a proactive partner, working to keep you informed about the world that you're most interested in.
Think about it. The library is transformed from a passive place full of books into an active, dynamic partner in our search for knowledge. So the only real question left is, what will you ask it to do next?